Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Engineer Masood Akhtar Kiani, and today we have the technical session number 8. Our subject is fire rated concrete. So, before going to the subject, I would like to inform you that for fire rated concrete, there is no special additives or any ingredients we will include in the concrete which make the concrete fire rated. There is, but mostly it is not included, and we will discuss about the alternate ways. Mostly the fire rated concrete is covered by rebar placement, rebar cover, and the concrete covers. According to the ASTM E119, fire endurance is defined as the period of time elapsed before the prescribed condition of failure at the endpoints reached during the standard fire test. So there are mostly two types of aggregate. One is carbonaceous and one is silicaceous. Lightweight concrete and sand also. Carbonaceous are the aggregate including limestone, dolomite, mineral consisting mainly of calcium and magnesium carbonate. And the silicaceous aggregates include quartz, granite, basalt, and most rocks other than the limestone and few mixture of dolomites. So carbonaceous is the hard aggregate, whereas silicaceous are the soft aggregate, and it will give us the transmission and insulation very easily. So temperature should be reached to the rebars, and it will pass from enter from the one media and out from the other media very speedily and very in a quick instance. Whereas in the hard aggregate, which is dolomite and carbonaceous properties, this aggregate will not easily transmit the temperatures from one media to the another media. So temperature will stay more, and it will affect the rebars up to the long duration as compared to the carbonaceous. Mostly the lightweight aggregate thickness in endurance of 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, and 4 hours. So 1 hour, it is the thickness of the wall. If we consider the thickness of wall 100 mm, it will sustain up to 1 hour. The wall thickness, if it is 200 mm, it will be 2 hours. 300 mm, it will be 3 hours. And 4 hours, it will be more. Like I give the example for the carbonaceous. For 1 hour, it is 3.2. 2 hours, 3.2 hours. And for 1 hour, it is 3.2. For 2 hours, 4.6. And 3 hours, 5.7. And 4 hours, 6.6. So the alternate silicaceous 3.5 for 1 hour, for 2 hours 5.0, and 6 hours 6.2, and 4 hours 7.0. These are the inches. These are inches for the concrete covers. Different duration have the different thickness of inches. Inches we can convert to the centimeter and the millimeter also, but the standard described in inches, so I am asking about describing about the inches. So rational design requires the determination of temperature with a concrete members of the location for the steel reinforcement, where steel reinforcement are exist mostly it is 70% cover of the concrete is there. Steel strength is reduced at elevated temperature based on the steel temperature and the strength loss in the structural capacity of an element can be calculated. This is the graphically we can calculate up to what duration temperature will reach there and how it will affect to the rebars and the rebars how rebar lost the strength. So apart from that, as long as the calculated capacity is greater than the load demand during the fire, the elements will be acceptable. The figure below the 124 MNL, including isotherm within the beam and the other including strength loss and the steel elevated temperature. This also we can calculate the graphically when the test is being done. In the interest of life safety and the property protection, building codes require the resistance to fire be considered the design of the building. During the design of the building, this parameter to be considered and the rebar fluctuation moving from cover, concrete cover, and the duration of time, it depends upon the design of the mix. So if the precast elements are combustible and it can be designated to meet the degree of the fire resistance that may be required by the building codes, insurance companies, and the other authorities, although the safety of the paramount importance easily insured the company owners and upon the building contents during the fire. The local building codes have the regulations to design the concrete in accordance to the local circumstances, value of the building, volume of the building, and the number of floors, and the number of the passages, elevators, and lifts, and how the easily fire brigade approaches when the incidents will happen. This is depend upon the design and all the local codes requirement. So formation of the holes and the cracks, fissures through the flames and the gas out and of ignition cotton waste may pass heat transmission and to the temperature increase the surface of the floor, roofs, walls, and the average of the temperature is 250 Fahrenheit and 122 degrees centigrades of a maximum of 325 degree Fahrenheit and 163 degree centigrade at any point. The host steam thrust collapse the wall partitions during the steam test and ability to support twice and load following calculation and etc. Fire resistance rating, sometimes called the fire rating, A fire resistance classification locally is defined in the building codes, usually based on the fire endurance building codes, specific requirements of fire instance, and the way of construction and accessible safety ways while the fire is in place. So this is the description about the fire-rated concrete, and during the design, the walls and the columns and all of these elements are considered to with the maximum covers of the concrete, which will be the benefits to resist the temperature, directly not affect to the rebars. So this is the briefing about the fire-rated concretes. There are some raw materials also, some additive also, like some phosphorus, quantity of the phosphorus, but it will affect the durability of the concrete and the cosmetic of the concrete, it may be disturbed. So in the local codes, according to 3 hours, 4 hours, it is fire rating concrete is controlled by the rebar fluctuation in the concrete dense media. So minimum cover should be 65 to 70%. In the plus minus, there is 5% is the tolerance. So this will not affect the concrete by during fire and the high temperature, which will be affect during the fire times. So this is about the fire rating concretes, and when we design the fire rating concretes, so we should must consider all the local codes, buildings situation, building number of floors, and thickness of the walls, and rebars placement, and the number of the rebars in some critical elements like beams, columns, and slabs. And so these are the mostly critical elements of the concrete. So similar as the in situ concrete, also the rebar placement cover should be in the nominated distance, which is about 65%, 65 to 70% of the covers, concrete covers. So it will give you the, and also the aggregate types, which is most important, silicaceous or carbonaceous. So this will also affect and also protect the factor of the fire rating concrete. So this was the briefing about the fire rating concrete. So next session we will meet with another subject, another new subject. So I request you to subscribe the channel and the bell icon if you like this technical session. So next time we will see with another subject. So thank you very much and have a nice day.